Welcome back, traders, to another episode of Nasdaq100 weekly highs, weekly lows, technical analysis video. Guys, I hope your trades have been going really well this week, right? Or should I say for the last 2 days, Monday and today. And I hope that some of the information I was able to share with you, you was able to use effectively to help yourself navigate the market. Now, before I get into everything, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. Now, just to go over what I talked about in my last video on Sunday, was during the making of the video, okay, because I always like to point out errors that I made, right? But also in saying that, I also mention good points as well. And like I always say in every single video, you're supposed to do the work, right? So in the Sunday's video, I mentioned this FVG over here, if price moves away from it, which it did, right? And then I also mentioned this FVG over here as well. And I said if price taps into it and begins to move away from it, right, you could possibly think about taking shorts, okay? So the process to executing this area over here was relatively simple. And if you were paying attention to what I was saying, then you should not have been triggered in all fairness, right? Because we were waiting for a second condition to be met, which is price goes in, which it did, right? And then price moves away from it, right? Price moves away from it, at which point you can then get in. So let me look at this on a 15-minute and let's see how that looked. Let's just go in on a 15-minute and let's just see how that looked. Okay. So even on the 15-minute, okay, there was no point in here where you got a false signal to say start selling, because it literally went all the way up. Let's even go to a 5-minute. Let's go to a 5-minute. Because sometimes when market does random things, I always try to make sure that, hey, did I mislead anyone into taking a position that they shouldn't have taken, and so on and so forth. So on the 5-minute, so this is it right here, the 5-minute. So we're just going to zoom into this area, a closer look, right? We can see there was at no point did we get a signal in the 5-minute to say that price was coming back down here again, okay? So if you had your sales at this point, if you had your sales under this level right here, soon as price went in, which was 10 o'clock on the Sunday, okay, chances are you would not have been triggered in, providing you done it in that way. If you did it any other way and it went against you, well, that's like I say, you've got to do the work, you've got to do the research, you've got to make sure everything makes sense before you take action. All right, okay, because this thing ain't easy. It's not easy, and it was never meant to be easy, and it does require you to be very, very, very patient in the game, right? So we're gonna go back to the normal, how everything looked on an hourly, right? And remember, like I said, this whole thing is a structure within a structure, okay? So we're looking at this particular ascending trend in the isolated format, but however, it's part of a bigger structure. So let me just show that to you. So if you go into the day now, this is how it actually looks. There is a lot of scribbling on the chart, so please forgive me for that, but we'll show you how it looks. So this is the area that we've been looking at right now, okay? That's the area that we've been looking at, and this is what it's a part of. It's a part of all of this that's been going on, okay? It's a part of all of that that's been going on, and right now it's done a touch and it's heading its way up to the top side. Hence why I'm more biased to the fact that price is going to get to this particular zone before it comes down. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's look to see what else has been happening and how we could have navigated this whole situation had I been trading the NAS. So what I would have done if I was trading the NAS, because remember on the Sunday night when I made a video, I wasn't sure what was going to take place in this area over here until at least we had the Monday out the way, and then that will give me some kind of idea as to how I need to play the game moving forward, right? So what we have is, we can see this FVG gets visited a few times by market, right? We can see it gets visited a few times by market, all right, okay? And for the simple fact that market wasn't closing below the FVG but kept moving away from it, okay, made this area over here super attractive in regards to taking your potential buys if you wanted to do that. Okay, so these areas became attractive for you to take your buys. Let me just move that. Okay, so these areas over here became attractive. Let me change the color of this. Let's make that white. And let's make this white as well. Okay, so these two areas, especially today, made it attractive for you to actually get in. And all you would have had to do was just wait for the opportunity to start buying. Okay, and you would have got that if you had drawn this area out on your chart and had it all marked out. Soon as price started moving away from this zone, that would have given you the signal to say, hey, maybe you can join the market. All right, soon as price started to move away from the FVG, you would have known that, okay, you might be able to do something here. Maybe this one would have been a bit tricky to spot because you had a parabolic red coming down. Then obviously the bullish wasn't as strong as the previous candle, which was the parabolic red. Then you had this this next bullish candle, and then a third bullish candle, right, which sometimes is referred to as the free marching soldiers. So you see the free marching soldiers, naturally you wait to see if there's going to be a fourth. If there's not a fourth, then you just fall back from that position altogether. You did not get a fourth, so it was a red, and then it started to fly back down again. Okay, and then when it did, it came back into the FVG. This time it did not close in it at all. And then once it moved away, so i.e. you had the parabolic, so this was your first signal. Second signal was the push to the upside, the stronger push to the upside, which was bigger than the previous candle. Okay, you could have taken this one right here today, right, if you had the time to be monitoring the market in a way that would have given you the opportunity to take this candle. Let me just draw a label on that right here. Okay, let's make this white. And let's make the text white as well. Okay, so that would have been an opportunity. As you can see, price is still flying, and the zone that I've been mentioning for a good couple of videos, it looks like price is really on its way up there. All right, okay, so last week during the Sunday, let's have a look to see if I actually marked out weekly lows, weekly highs. I don't think I actually did it properly in my last video that I did, so I probably went on another subject matter, hence why I didn't really cover it in the way that I was supposed to. My apologies for that. I mean, I do these things live, not in the sense that it's a live recording, but basically it's I come on here and I just tell you what I'm seeing, how I'm seeing it, just straight from the top. Do you know what I mean? So you have to bear with me on that. Okay, so we got weekly low down here, and then the weekly high is actually not here but here, set on a Friday. I don't know why I did not see that when I was making the video, so my apologies. I do make mistakes, and when I do, I like to mention them, and I hope that obviously you guys are understanding. Okay, so that's the new weekly low. And let's move this over here to make this the new weekly high. And then let's get rid of some of these noise that we have here, just to try and keep everything nice and clean and tidy. Yep, it looks fairly respectable. Okay, so even if I am unable to cover certain things, if you've been following my channel for a while, you should be able to do some of the work yourself and not really solely rely on me to give you all the information. Because remember, I too am learning as well. All right, I don't have all the answers, and I don't pretend to either. All right, so as it stands, this is what's taking place, right? The weekly high that was set on the Friday last week, right, has just been taken out. Okay, and how this weekly high has just been taken out, so how basically market has blown past this, right, is something that we want to keep an eye on. right? So we can see that it has gone past it. But the main thing that we have at the moment is that we have a falling star right here, okay? So buyers have literally jumped out of the market with a whole bunch of sells in this location right now, right? And market pretty much is going one way, right? So what we want to see between now and tomorrow, okay, is this the new high of the week? Because bearing in mind that we're in Tuesday right now, and we have to start anticipating where the highs and the lows of the week is going to be. So could this be the high of the week, right? So essentially what we want to see tomorrow is this level, because market isn't closed yet. It's only 8 o'clock in the evening, so we still got another 2 more hours to go before market closes, right? So we want to know where everything kind of settles at, okay? And in my opinion, I think within the next 2 hours, price is going to find itself in this zone. I could be right, I may be wrong, but because the weekly high has been taken out, I am expecting the weekly high to reverse, right? I'm expecting it to reverse, but I think he's going to get here first before he pulls back, right? So that's what we need to look out for moving forward. At the same time, when price does pull back, we have to look at areas that it could be of interest to us in regards to maybe price bouncing off that area again. All right, so once again we're going to go back to our trusted friend, the FVG. Okay, the FVG is a wonderful concept, and it's really effective when done properly. So we have another FVG gap over here created today on the hourly, right? It's sitting right here, okay? And right now price is pushing up. I'm assuming that price is going to get to the zone, and I believe at some point we're going to get a new low that has been set, which is going to be either the low set today or a low set at a later date in the future. All right, so these are the things that we want to be mindful of. And remember, this is a constant evolving space that we're in right now, so it's always changing, updating. All right, so what we want to do is wait and see what appears, how it appears, okay, and make the best possible decisions we can make in regards to what market gives us. All right, so right about now you should be seeing 2 thumbnails. One of them is going to be on backtesting, and the other is going to be on the previous video to this one. So make sure you go and check them out, and I will see you all on the next one.